right, Coach, if you would give us an opening statement about the exhibition tonight.
Well, it's with the limited amount of practice time that we've had here the last 5 weeks since school started. Um, I think we're all pleased with the energy and the effort that was given tonight. I thought the execution got better as the game went along. Um, I think we have some good pieces in place. Obviously, a lot of things to work on still, but a good start. Happy to get it out of the way with a situation. You know, when you're up on a team that big, you don't want to get in a situation where there's guys getting hurt and stuff like that. So we got out of it pretty clean, and we'll get ready for the real season now.
Seemed like a very physical matchup, kind of, I think, what you expect or want to have in an exhibition game like this. The young guys seem to really accord themselves pretty well in that situation.
Yeah, they really did. You know, they weren't backing down. I think Waterloo's played, this was their fourth game. So they've got some games under their belt, and they're a big, strong team, a little bit older, and it's like playing on in the schoolyard with your little brothers. You don't want to lose to your little brothers, so you're going to get a little chippy and maybe push them around a little bit. But I thought our guys did a nice job of handling themselves, push back a little bit, and then I thought we started to really get our legs underneath us and start skating and putting pucks in the areas where our speed and our work ethic started to take over.
With it being an exhibition game and really kind of the kickoff and getting ready for the regular season to start, what's like the biggest takeaway as far as getting to see the guys out there in live action against a hostile opponent?
Well, to me is playing against somebody else first and foremost, and with a young team, you need to gain experience, and the only way to do that is to play games. So I was very pleased that we got everybody in the lineup. Everybody played some minutes tonight. You could feel the energy in the building. There's another opponent trying to take your head off at times, so you got to keep your head up. So those are all good things that are building blocks to gaining experience for this young team. And now we have some game footage to work with on Monday, and we'll go to work.
After the long off season, it's a pretty quick turnaround from this game to going to face the number 10 team in the country next weekend. What can you look forward to in the nice little rivalry that's been brewing over the years with Providence?
Well, we're going to have to get a heck of a lot better over the course of the next little while here, the next 4 or 5 days. But they're in the same boat. This is the way it always works in college hockey. Everybody plays in the first day or two of official practice, and then you get thrown into the lion's nest. But we're looking forward to Providence. They're well coached. They're always a good hockey team. Obviously won the national championship a few years ago. So we know that we're going to play a quality opponent, and we're going to really be tested to see where we're at with this young team. And we're going to have to play really, really well.
Got a couple opportunities on the power play, get a couple of goals there. But speaking like all of the phases of the game, it seemed that especially that first goal in the second period by Bachman seemed to really set the tone to kind of opening things up. Just, I guess, speak to the compete level that was shown out there.
Well, I think when it's early like this and you're a young team, that's probably the number one key point you're looking for is the compete level. I thought our compete level was really good tonight. We made a lot of mistakes, but our compete level was good. We can still probably have a little better second effort at times. But for the most part, I thought our compete was real good. Our energy was good. I thought the second period when we scored that goal and then we scored again and then we scored again, that's momentum. Those are things that we preach and practice. Those are things that we talked about before the game. The next 2 minutes after you score a goal are huge momentum shifters and momentum swingers. So we were able to do that, and then the third period, I thought we did a nice job closing them out.
Things got a little bit chippy, at points of the game with a lot of penalties thrown in there. How important did you preach to not get it kind of sucked into that type of chippiness to really start the parade to the penalty box and staying disciplined? It was probably a pretty good test early on in this exhibition to kind of test of not taking that second
Well,
shove.
Yeah, you're right. Two things though. One, you want to be disciplined, but two, you don't want to back down. When you're a young team and you're building experience and you're building chemistry, you're not about to tell them not to fight back. So I like that. I like that our team fought back. I like that our team stood up to them. I like that we were disciplined when we needed to be. But somebody comes after you, you got to protect yourself, and you got to make sure that you protect your teammates. I thought we did that. So two good things there. We did play discipline when we needed to, and we didn't back down, which brings a team together, as you know. And we were really happy with that.
You mentioned a couple of the mistakes that were made. Did you notice the guys recognizing the mistakes and trying to correct them within the game? It seemed like, particularly in the second period, really turned up the pressure, turned up the heat, and kind of cleaned some things up. So did you see them really recognizing where they were making mistakes and correcting within?
Yeah, you know what, Drew? The nice thing about this team that I've the last 5 weeks we've been able to kind of get a gauge on how smart these guys are. And a few times they were coming to the bench, and I already had something I was going to explain to them, or one of the coaches wanted to kind of point out, and they already knew it. To me, that's good. They're into the game. They understand what we're trying to do as a team and as individuals, and how they're supposed to play within our team system. And they're going to see it on video when we watch, but for them to recognize it, that's a good sign. Now, we still got to execute, and we got to make the plays, but that to me is something that's where the passion of the game comes in. That's where the buy-in and our culture. Ultimately, I've been preaching our culture for the last few weeks. Whenever you're a young team like this, you got to go back to your culture, and our culture is really good. And our older guys did an unbelievable job with the freshmen, not only teaching it, but implementing it, which is probably more important. And I'll give credit to our older guys, and we still got a lot of work to do, don't get me wrong. But when the culture is good, the team's got buy-in, we're going to get better each and every day.
Thanks, Coach. Big opening night, able to get some of the jitters out, some of the excitement out of the upcoming season. What was it like to actually get out there and face a live opponent?
I mean, it was awesome. We've been battling back and forth with each other for the past month or so. So, I mean, just being able to play, like I said, battling against each other. We've been looking forward to this day so much. Like you said, getting the jitters out, but playing against another opponent was really good for us. I think we came out strong. There's definitely room for some improvement, though. So.
Strong individual performance, setting a few guys up, getting one for yourself. What's it like being in more of a leadership role and with all these new guys that are in here? What's it like to get out there with them for the first time?
Yeah, I think it's just important to play your game, no matter who you are. We talk a lot about knowing your role and playing that game, but like you said, we have a lot of freshmen this year, so just those guys getting that experience that they need to under their belt is good. Came out a little slow in the first, but after that, jitters went away, and I thought we played well.
As one of the guys that's going to be looked at to step up and become a leader in a hurry. Only your sophomore year, but clearly one of the leaders on the team. What's that like to lead these guys?
Yeah, I know. Like I said earlier, I think it's just important to play your game and not think too much about that stuff, but just try and set a good example on and off the ice and make sure everyone stays focused, whether it's on the bench or in the locker room in between periods.
Things seem to kind of get rolling, all four lines kind of contributing, especially from the second period on. Can you just speak to the energy that all of your line mates and the other three lines were providing tonight?
Yeah, like I said earlier, we were chomping at the bit to get going tonight, so there's a lot of energy throughout the whole day this morning at morning skate, so it was really good to see all the lines contributing. I thought everyone played really well, just getting pucks deep and getting after it and keep putting pressure on them, and that's what we hope to do in the next coming weeks.